Hi. Hello, my name is Eden, and this is something I've been thinking about. When I was 18, before I started smoking weed, after I stopped smoking weed and before I started again, whatever. I got high and was watching YouTube because for years I had been watching YouTube without getting high. It just seemed like a natural progression to get high and watch YouTube, or watch YouTube and then get high. I was watching some video and I don't remember which one, and I thought to myself, why does this person think that what they're saying is so important, and why do they feel so entitled to my time? And then conversely, I thought to myself, why do I feel so entitled to other people's time, and do I actually have anything important to say? And that's why I stopped making YouTube videos. I started putting my thinking and creative capabilities into other things, namely music that no one's heard before, namely music that I don't commit to recording, and if I do, it's on my phone and still no one's heard it before. I basically removed all aspects of YouTube life from my personality unless it was found out about me against my will. I guess I always just chalked it up to being like Gen Z and like being interested in internet culture because it's all that I know, but like it does seem like some sort of thing that I keep coming back to that's unlike any other fascination. I am still very interested in the whole YouTube thing and the influencer thing even. I rejected the idea of ever coming back and like creating again on here because, well, you see drama channels, but like I don't know, sometimes I'd get like paid to do some editing, or I'd just like feel very much so like I needed to just stream of consciousness, write something out, and it would just look like a YouTube script. And those are the times when I'd be like, this is fun. And not to mention, but this strange bit of connectivity is really integral to how I fostered relationships through my pubescent years. And like being in quarantine now, I look back at how like important that was to me when I felt so isolated in school. Of course, later on, it turned out that like so much of what I learned turned out to be like grooming and manipulation, but I also think that it's important to take into account the real good that it did in the moment without like letting it be tainted by what it became. But also, that's like such a big idea that I just think deserves a lot more attention devoted to it and isn't like prescriptive. It's just sort of my ideas about my experience growing up online. Moving on from that, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna do this. I'm also not saying that I'm not gonna do this. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm a Sagittarius who's very bad at committing. But also after many years on the internet, I feel like the niche that I was a part of just like doesn't exist anymore. It's like with America's shrinking middle class, all ideas of in the middle are disappearing with it. Okay, it's like with Vine, it was stretching what you could do with 6 seconds. But then you come to YouTube and I can't find a video under 20 minutes. It's like everything on YouTube is a multi-part hour-and-a-half expose on Tana Mojo, and it's like, why would I watch that when I could finally watch The Godfather? I mean, let's be clear, I do a lot of the time end up watching these exact videos, but it's like there's so many classic movies I haven't seen and still somehow I find myself in front of my computer watching these 20-30 minute videos that I just like I truly don't care about. Okay, but then on the other side, I see a lot more content edging into being genuinely educational materials. So yeah, in that sense, it's good that there's a normalization of long form video. And sometimes you really can't get in depth into a concept in 5 minutes without it feeling completely reductive. And then I guess for like lifestyle vloggers, how do you get across what you do in a week in 168 hours in basically a clip show? Once again, I ask myself, why do we feel so entitled to other people's time? And is anyone else so concerned about like the overproduction of content that we're putting up on the internet? So I've written all of this out and I'm filming this now. So I guess I have to ask myself, do I feel entitled to other people's time? No? I mean, after much dormancy and people offering to pay me for my snazzy vanity URL, I have lost out on the ability to collect AdSense. I mean, that is why I talked about weed at the very beginning of this video, because who's gonna demonetize something that's not making money in the first place? I did have a couple of masturbatory thoughts, and one of them did come from one of my own tweets, and The other came from a dream where all I did was watch my own YouTube videos. What does that mean? What does it mean if I say that I'm not gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do this? Am I just like an overly romantic egomaniac yearning for a time that like didn't even really exist? Do I really think that I am able to single-handedly bring back a niche that I don't even know if anyone's interested in? Or like, I don't know, maybe it's just quarantine and like I have a lot of things on my mind. I don't know. Ultimately, YouTube is like an outlet that I still feel kind of comfortable using. Remember when like the format was like, is it just me, or am I alone in thinking this, or unpopular opinion? And I don't know. Okay, that's it. That's it for now. Yes, that's it. The end. Goodbye. That's it.